Alright guys, it's Stephen here on BlueMoonRisingTV and it is that day. It's Pep Guardiola's first game in charge as Manchester City manager. It is only a friendly, but it's Bayern Munich versus Guardiola and it's the first time we'll get to see what he's been up to, what he's been working on in the training ground, and there's obviously a lot of little talking points around the game. So today on this video we're going to have a look about ahead of tonight's game. We're going to look at a few talking points and chat through a few things. And the first thing I wanted to chat about was expectations and what we can expect from this. I mean, it is only a friendly after all. It's going to be exciting and people do put a lot of emotional weight into these things like we did last year, but it is just a friendly. And it's worth noting that Pep Guardiola actually lost his first competitive game in the league when he was managing Barcelona. He lost to newly promoted Numancia, and obviously that was a bad start for him. And then he did the same at Bayern. He lost the Super Cup to Dortmund. So famously, Guardiola teams, and it's not nice to hear, do start a little bit slowly. But that's expected when you've got a style that is so intricate, it's got a style that's so nuanced as his, how he kind of really requires his players to buy into intensely intelligent tactical decisions. It's understandable that sometimes it'll take a little bit of a while to click. So I'm expecting to see a little bit of hesitancy, maybe some nerves initially as the players try and get to grip with what the ideas that Pep's trying to implement. But that's fine, you know, that's football these days. I mean, it's going to be a game of patience, and I think we can all expect to see at least some positivity, but you know, work in progress and all that. There is obviously as well going to be some absentees. We all saw the squad list that got announced earlier, yesterday even. It got put out and there was a few names there that not many people expected to see. We saw like the likes of Aguero and company, but there's also some missing, and that was the likes of De Bruyne. He's allegedly got an extended break after the Euros. Sanya, Mangala, they weren't there as well. And even then, the likes of Kelechi, that was a surprising one. The rumours are that Kelechi has apparently had some issues with a visa, and that could also apply to Zinchenko, who's also been training with the first team, and Ines Sanal. I don't think there's anything to be concerned about. I think that'll get cleared up pretty soon. Sometimes these things just happen after all. Kelechi, I'm sure, will be back pretty soon. I'm sure he'll be involved maybe against United next Monday. But that's what it is. So there'll be a few players there like company in the squad. Aguero's been listed. Hart has, Sterling, even Nolito and David Silva. I'm not sure these will be involved tonight. I mean, they maybe will be, but I'm going to guess it's their first time back into pre-season training, so we'll see maybe them just kind of getting a little bit of recuperation initially, going through their first kind of pre-season preparations, and then they'll look to be involved next week or a little bit later on. But that's fine. But that does leave a gap then for some youth players to make a name for themselves. There's 12 names that have travelled over there, and I'm really excited. As you all probably know, I'm really big into my academy football. I think we've got an excellent youth setup, and this is always an interesting time of the season because we get to look at a few potential stars and a few players who can make a name for themselves. And there is players in that list who could do that. We all know about Brandon Barker, the likes of Tosin Adarabioyo, the two Garcias. There's plenty of people there, but I'm excited to see the likes of Batiki as well. Sinan Batiki, if you don't know about him, he's a very industrious attacking midfielder who can do a job with plenty of energy. We get to see the likes of Angelino and Maffeo, who've obviously both had loans in recent times, so we can see how they develop. Maybe the likes of Humphreys and Adarabioyo will show how much they've developed too, and they are both excellent young central defenders. And I've got a sneaking suspicion that Alex Garcia might surprise a few people this year. He's a very Pep kind of player. He's got a lot of technical ability on the ball. A bit Alonso-esque how he plays, and a little bit Busquets, and he could be one to keep an eye out. I think we could see some interesting signs of one or two players maybe trying to impress in Pep for headed next season. So there's plenty to keep an eye on there. And also, I wanted to chat a little bit about the things to look out for, the surprises, so to speak. Who's involved where, and who's doing what in what positions, and if he's already making an impact on certain players. Obviously, the likes of Yaya, Nasri, Boney, Kolarov, these are the kind of players that many would have seen maybe on the kind of out list this year, but they are there. They have been training, they've been working a lot in pre-season with Pep, and the videos, the City's behind the scenes videos of training, they look quite promising. They look like they're very motivated, so we'll get to see how they've reacted to all Yaya's methods. That'd be interesting. All the Pep's methods so far, so we'll get to see how they've been progressing there, and that'll be fun. And also, I did notice one little thing on the videos that you put up. They had all the defenders stood with Pep, all the young defenders, all the first team defenders, and Delph and Fernando were stood with that group as well. They're all getting instructions, I presume tactical ones, from Pep, our new manager. And that does maybe suggest to me that we might see the likes of Delph, Fernando, maybe retrained into defenders. It's all very interesting. I'm sure we'll get to see a few little things like that. So that, to me, is going to be one of the things I'll look to take from it. It'll be very interesting. But yeah, and also, everyone's been asking, is it on TV? I think it's going to be on BT Sport at 7:30 tomorrow night. Obviously, we're going to be doing previews as well. We'll do live streams on Facebook. We'll get on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. And we'll do probably maybe a YouTube reaction video as well. But yeah, boys, what are you making of the game tonight? You're looking forward to it? What team do you want to see? Who are you looking forward to see? Do you reckon we'll see the best of Yaya, the likes of Nasri and so on? But yeah, get in the comments below and enjoy the game tonight.